Grandparents play an important role in the lives of children. Today, many are taking on a tremendous amount of responsibility to raise their grandchildren when their own children are no longer able to.
What? Because she tried the ice and
it fell.
The grandchild-grandparent relationship is extraordinary. The act of bringing the young and old together has proven to be a good exchange. It is a one-on-one relationship that meets the needs of both generations and their understanding of one another. There are approximately 60 million grandparents in the United States today, and each one has the potential to build lasting, nurturing relationships with their grandchildren. Throughout history, grandparents have been raising their grandchildren. Today, nearly 4 million children in the United States are being raised by their grandparents because their parents are no longer available or capable of caring for them. Death, divorce, AIDS, substance abuse, and incarceration are some of the negative forces that have contributed to the increased numbers of grandparents as parents. All across the country, regardless of income, background, or race, grandparents are becoming parents again.
One of the main things that we know is the rise in the use of drugs, illegal drugs, and the severity of those drugs that are causing greater consequences, more addiction and more problems with that. The other thing is the DUI laws, DWI laws that have now caused mandated prison sentences where the judge can't have any leniency even if you have small children at home. If it's your second offense, you have to go to jail for 30 days.
Grandparents who find themselves suddenly with this added responsibility often need help meeting the needs of their grandchildren. They need assistance with child development, finances, education, medical and legal issues that come with their new role. The stress factor for these second-time parents is great.
The kids come oftentimes with some behavioral issues, depending on their circumstances. Kids today in general, many kids have learning difficulties. So all these are challenges to the grandparent, and that's just dealing with the child within their home. Then you move into things, for example, the legal system, claiming guardianship, and being able to speak for the child and when it comes time to take them to the pediatrician or register them for school. And oftentimes the grandparents don't know where to start or who to even ask the right question.
It was very difficult when we finally did get Elizabeth. Getting through the system and finding what you need was extremely difficult. As a result of that, I've become much more aware of, I guess, how to go about doing things. And what I've done is to try to educate other grandparents. You have to know a little bit about Kurt and I before getting this grandchild. First of all, our son had been out of the house 20 years plus. I had a federal career, not just a job. I traveled quite frequently. We traveled personally. I've traveled on business. We had a full social life. That all comes to a halt when you have a 1.5 or 2-year-old baby.
Adoption and guardianship laws, as well as social services and public school regulations, have lagged behind growing social reality. As a result, it is often difficult and expensive for a grandparent to help a grandchild in need.
The greatest fear, by far, is that they have taken on these grandchildren trying to make a difference, trying to give the grandchildren stability, security, values. They've tried to make a difference, make an impact on these children. And when the grandparents initially receive the grandchildren into their home, they are not automatically given permanency placement.
A kinship care resource guide is now available for grandparents who have taken on the responsibility of raising their grandchildren. You can access the guide by visiting the Department of Family Services website at fairfaxcounty.gov and clicking on the link for the Area Agency on Aging, then the heading Caregiver. In the resource guide, you'll find program descriptions, eligibility criteria, cost, and contact information for a variety of services in the Fairfax County area. To request the guide on CD or the print version, call the Department of Family Services Publications Manager at 703-324-5870, TTY 703-222-9452.